You are a ghost in the landscape. Your people move like the wind moves, arriving without warning and leaving without a trace. You build shelters from branches and hides, and when the season turns, you abandon them to rot. The earth swallows your campsites, your footprints, and the bones of your dead. In 100 years, it is as if you never existed at all. This is the only way to live. The world is vastly larger than you, and you do not conquer it. You survive it by stepping lightly. You belong to the wild. But today, the wild is changing. You are walking up a long, gentle limestone hill in a dry landscape, and you are not tracking an animal. You are following a sound. It is a rhythmic, echoing thud carrying on the dry breeze. It sounds like a heartbeat, but it is too slow, too heavy. As you crest the hill, the horizon opens up, and you see something that makes you stop cold. There are people. Hundreds of them, maybe thousands. For a hunter-gatherer, a crowd of this size is terrifying. You usually live in a band of 30, maybe 40. Meeting strangers means competition, tension, sometimes violence. But down in the depression of the hill, the tribes are not fighting. They are working. The air is thick with white dust. The noise is deafening. Everywhere you look, men and women are striking stone against stone. They are carving the earth itself. You walk down into the dust, your heart pounding. You see a massive block of limestone, longer than 5 tall men laid end to end. It is being shaped. Workers are using flint and basalt hand axes to chip away the bedrock, isolating a colossal T-shaped pillar. It is an impossible task. You know how hard stone is. To cut this much rock using only other rocks requires more patience, more sweat, and more coordinated effort than any hunt your people have ever undertaken. And they are not just cutting, they are decorating. You watch a master carver delicately chipping away the surface of a standing pillar, leaving a raised image of a leaping fox. On another pillar, a vulture with spread wings, scorpions, snakes, boars with gnashing teeth. These are not the gentle grazing animals you hunt for meat. These are the dangerous things, the creatures of the night and the underworld. The carvers are capturing the terrifying spirits of the wild and freezing them in solid rock. No one asked you to come here, but you understand the pull. A call went out across the valleys, a spiritual summons. You drop your hunting spear. You pick up a heavy, blunt hammerstone. You join the line of workers. Your hands blister and bleed. The limestone dust coats your throat, making you cough up thick white phlegm. For weeks, you do nothing but strike the rock. You eat whatever the gatherers can find. Wild wheat, pistachios, the meat of gazelles driven into traps by hundreds of hunters. But food is constantly scarce. There are too many mouths to feed on this hill. The hunger does not stop the work. The work is a fever. Then comes the day the first great pillar is ready to be moved. It weighs as much as 20 heavy beasts. It sits in its quarry, detached from the bedrock, a sleeping giant. Thick ropes, braided from tough plant fibers and animal hides, are tied around its middle. You take your place on a rope. Hundreds of other hands grip the lines alongside you.
An elder stands on the ridge, chanting a rhythm. You cannot understand his exact words, but you understand the cadence. It is the rhythm of pulling. You plant your feet in the dirt. You lean back. The chant hits its peak. You pull! The rope bites into your calloused palms. Your muscles scream. The person next to you grunts in agony. For a long, terrifying moment, nothing happens. The stone belongs to the earth, and the earth does not want to let it go. But you are no longer just a scattered band of foragers. You are a single, massive organism, bound by a shared belief. You pull together. With a deep, grinding groan that vibrates through the soles of your feet, the pillar moves. It slides forward on wooden rollers. A cheer goes up from the crowd, a raw, ragged sound of triumph. You keep pulling. Inch by agonizing inch, you drag the massive stone out of the quarry and down into the circular enclosure they have dug into the hill. The sun is high and blazing hot by the time you reach the socket carved for it. This is the most dangerous part. If the stone slips, it will crush a dozen people. You use long wooden levers. You pack the earth. The chanting grows faster, more frantic.
You push, you strain until your vision goes blurry. The heavy base of the pillar slides into the socket. The ropes go slack. The dust settles. You step back, wiping the sweat and white grit from your eyes. The pillar is standing. It rises high above your head, a towering monolith of pale stone reaching for the sky. The carved foxes and vultures catch the afternoon shadows. It looks like a giant, featureless human standing guard over the world. Beside it, another pillar is already standing, and another. They form a circle, a massive ring of stone giants enclosing a sacred space. You stand there, staring up at what you have made. and a profound shift happens inside your mind. Since the dawn of your species, you have believed that the spirits lived in the ancient trees, in the deep caves, in the rushing rivers. The gods belonged to the wild. You were just a guest in their house.
But looking at the towering pillar, you realize something terrifying and beautiful. You have built a house for the spirits. You have taken the bones of the earth, reshaped them with your own hands, and forced them to stand up. You are no longer just a ghost passing through the landscape. You are leaving a mark. This circle of stones will outlast you. It will outlast your children and their children. Thousands of years from now, people will dig into this hill and find these pillars, and they will know that you were here. They will know that long before humans learned to plant fields or forge metal, they gathered in the dust to build a monument to the unknown. But this monument comes with a trap. You look around at the thousands of exhausted, hungry people. The wild game in this area is fleeing. The wild wheat is being stripped bare. You cannot sustain this many people in one place just by foraging. If you want to stay here, if you want to keep building these temples, you are going to have to find a way to make the earth produce more food. The very act of stopping to stack these stones has doomed the nomadic life. The temple is forcing you to invent the farm. You do not know this yet. You do not know that the need to feed the builders of this hill will eventually lead to the first tamed seeds, the first plows, the first cities, and the end of the old world. You just know that the stone is standing, and you put it there. You look out across the vast, empty plains, and for the first time, you do not see a wilderness to wander. You see a world to shape. This is the day the ghosts became builders. This is the day the stones stacked. This is the day everything changed.